Hello, Lisa here. I want to talk today about changes. How do we make changes that stick? Lifestyle changes that work for us. How do we stop doing those things that just aren't serving us and start doing the thing for our higher good in our best interest? And so what I like to do is I like to look back at last year. It's the beginning of 2022. So it's a good time to take stock. What worked last year? And what do I want to keep and what do I want to let go? And one of the biggest things that I've realized and seen in myself and with my clients is when you want to make a change, we have to change the mindset, the way we think about it, the way we think and the way we feel. And what we tend to do with our goals is we just go and change the action. We think if we just change the behavior, change what we're doing, that it will make the change. And sometimes it does, especially when it comes to like eating and exercising and all those habits and behaviors. If we just power through and just change what we're doing, we might get a result that we want. But it takes a lot of power, a lot of willpower, and we're using a lot of resistance. And a lot of times we're like forcing ourselves into it. Into doing what we think we should do and make that change. And what I want to offer to you, how to make the real lasting changes, is changing your mindset, changing your thoughts and feelings about what you're doing. Want to make that change is a big difference than just wanting the change, what I should do. So for example, for eating healthy, if you try and force yourself to not eat all the yummy food, you're going to have resistance. You're going to feel deprivation. You're going to feel scarcity and lack. And that's not a change that's going to be sustainable. You're suffering. You're like punishing yourself. You're giving up all the goodies for another result to be healthy. And you can't punish yourself into happiness. We love ourselves into happiness and alignment. How do we do that? We change our thoughts. So that delicious pizza is not really a delicious pizza. It's just flour and water and cheese and tomato sauce and all those ingredients. They're not happiness. They're nourishment. They're food for our bodies. And if that food for our body doesn't really work well in our bodies, for me, pizza, my body is not going to like the gluten or the dairy. I know that. And if I want to love myself and I want to feel good, I don't want to eat that pizza. The pizza is like, ugh. Why would I even want it? Because it doesn't do anything for me. Is it going to taste good? It doesn't even taste good to me anymore. Because you know why? Because I look at that pizza and all I can think of is like phlegm and whatever. I'm going to suffer the next day. I see suffering. I don't see joy. And where did that come from? It came from my mindset. It just came from me really realizing that the alignment that I want, the joy, the peace, is not coming from the pizza. The food doesn't make us feel anything. I mean, in the moment, if I think that pizza is the most delicious thing in the whole world and I eat it, of course I'm going to feel happy for the moment. But if I look at that pizza and all I can see is the suffering the digestive suffering I'm going to have the next day, there's no joy in that. So when I change my mindset about the pizza or the ice cream or whatever it is, there's no deprivation. I just don't want it. Because I am loving myself into my goals. I care more about my physical and mental well-being than I do about that instant gratification that I've told myself this pizza is delicious. So how do you do that? How do you change that mindset? A lot of times we have programs. Where does it come from? It comes from our programs. And so a lot of times our programs are in there. And so you can change it just by repetition. Yeah, you can like force yourself into it and you do something long enough, it becomes a new habit. I prefer to do it the quicker way. It's not the easier way, but it's the quicker way. It's hypnosis. We go in, we figure out why. We figure out the root cause. Why do I have this attachment to pizza or whatever the thing is that I would rather, why would I rather deal with digestive suffering than just eat something else that I know is going to actually nourish my body? So we find out why, and we can realign those thoughts. If you really want a healthy body that doesn't have digestive suffering, you can have it. You just have to commit to it and really want it and commit to it. And change that mindset. And once you change it, especially in hypnosis, once you change it, it's changed. That's what I have for you today. Thanks. Bye.